Hello, there we go. Sorry, I had to make sure the mic was on. Hey guys, hope everyone is doing well. It is a nice, beautiful, very cold for me Thursday afternoon. And I don't know if you can see her or not, but I am joined by the cat Sweet Pea here who decided to clean herself. So, brilliant. Anyway, I was recording some stuff for the MOS network, and I decided, why not go live for a bit and yap about nothing in particular. So, very much like Seinfeld, the show about nothing, the stream about nothing. So, anyway, hope you guys are doing good, and you can stop doing that now. Stop it. You're on stream, you're on the internet. People don't want to see you clean yourself, they want to see your pretty face. But Atropa, Afro, Doll, Anima, thank you guys for joining. So, what are you talking about, Doll? Seinfeld was amazing. Like, get out of here. You don't know comedy. So anyway, this was a pretty interesting week. Not too much has been happening, but at the same time, I'm still happy about my book release and uh, that when did I do that? On the 30th of November, and to my surprise, it actually sold like what not what I was expecting. I was really expecting about maybe seven purchases, but surprisingly, it did more than that. We're actually beating my expectations. And friends, really? Okay. Uh, anyway, if you guys are interested in purchasing So Strange Times over here, there is a link that is pinned in the comments. So if you want to support or you just want a fun story to read, saying that, I got my first rating, which was awesome. They gave it a 4 stars, which I think is acceptable. It's more than generous, actually. If I had to give it some stars, I would say no lower than three, no higher than four. So I think that's acceptable because unfortunately there are editing issue errors, and some of them I just didn't catch. And that's what happens when you don't have an editor and you try to do it yourself. You don't see everything. You kind of go eye blind, I guess. But other than that, though, I personally dig the story, and everyone else who has read it so far and gotten back to me, they said they dig it. So if you've read it and you've liked it, or even if you didn't like it, please, put a review on Amazon. It helps and it will help me. So, let's see. Weather is surely different. Snowing in Ohio. Nope. Forget that. Oh, trash truck. So yeah, she pops up for the trash truck. She's very much like me. We both like trash trucks. I don't know why, but we both do. I didn't know you were in Ohio, Tropa. I have a lot of friends there, like Sean Gilmore and shoot, Eric McGill, David Wolver. They're all based out of Ohio, the paranormal group. Um, well, paranormal investigators. And who else is in Ohio? Amber, John. Yeah, all my paranormal peeps. I'll never say that again. Paranormal peeps. Ugh. They're all in Ohio for some reason. I don't know what's going on there. Oh, I'm in California, so I'm freezing. Although I shouldn't say freezing because it's 62 degrees here, but for me, it's very very cold. Like anything under 77 for me is just freezing. I need 77 and higher. I need heat, darn it. But anyway, I was doing some thinking while setting stuff up, and oh yeah, other side of the country. Anyway, yeah, I was doing some thinking while setting things up, and yeah, she likes cleaning herself. Actually, from what I read with Jackson Galaxy, he said cats get into a trance, and this one has a little bit of OCD. Look, she can't stop. But I'm losing track of everything because I'm focusing on the chat too much. I'm focusing on you guys, darn it. Anyway, I was. She's not licking her butt. Thank God. I was thinking about Bigfoot of all things because there was some footage that came out that was supposed to be the clearest proof of Bigfoot, which I could take it or leave it. I don't know. And it got me thinking, and I've thought this before. I've actually spoken about this before on Unexplained Possibilities, the podcast. And it is, what if Bigfoot does exist, and what if it is a type of interdimensional being? What if it lives in a pocket dimension or something like that? Because you would think, with how technology is, satellites, phones have improved with their cameras, DSLRs are a thing, the zooms are amazing now. You would think there would be some type of clear footage, and yet there's still this blurry, shaky cam, and it's just like, what's going on here? So I'm always been curious about that, and they do seem like they just vanish. Like if someone sees them, there 1 second and then gone the next. And I always thought that was interesting. Don't have to look much further than hello, head of steel. Welcome. Oh, you're not kidding. Forget that. No backing out of that. You're not kidding. Um, but seriously though, it is something to think about. Like, what is Sasquatch? And in Australia, I think they're called Yowie, and then of course the abominable snowman, or the Yeti. There we go, the Yeti. It's very interesting that they are in different locations, similar, but yet no one can actually capture one. So, oh, now that's interesting, Atropa, because last year, or maybe it was earlier this year, I had on some Bigfoot investigation investigator Brian, really cool dude, and he was saying during his investigations of the First Nation people, they actually had contact with Sasquatch. And I don't know if they would trade with them or anything like that, but it was some type of symbiotic relationship going on there, which I thought was really cool. So definitely something in Native American lore can probably give us more information than what we currently have. So I think that is really cool. That's freaking awesome. But yeah, I do wonder, are they going through portals? Are they interdimensional? Like, how do they just appear 1 second, walk behind a tree, and they're gone? Like, what the heck? What the freaking heck? So, something to think about. And I remember a while back, this was huge, probably for a couple of years, and then it just died out. It was saying that Chupacabra and Bigfoot were actually extraterrestrials, experiments of some sort. The Chupacabra accidentally got out, and it wasn't supposed to. Oops, and I hit a wire I was not supposed to hit. Anyway, the Chupacabra got out, and it's running wild and everything. While, oh, hello, get smart quick. Thank you. Appreciate it. And Sasquatch was some type of experiment that got out, but way more peaceful. But it's supposed to be some type of extraterrestrial in origin. I Oh, same mic. I just have it set differently. Um, I don't know. I don't necessarily believe that. I'm not even sure if I believe in the chupacabra too much, but there are interesting stories about it. There are very interesting stories about it. So I don't know. And then they did find these remains with all the blood sucked out of it. It's like, what the heck's going on here? Something wrong here. And it's interesting how it's spread because I think chupacabra started in Puerto Rico and then went to Mexico and Latin America in general and parts of Texas. Sasquatch, different kind of human. Well, I mean, I guess it's a possibility. The missing link, as they call it. So I won't say yes. I won't say no. It's definitely a possibility. Uh, but yeah, skinwalkers are interesting too. Like that's a no no to talk about. Uh, skinwalkers and what's the other one? Sean believes he came in contact with this. What is it called? And they always get mixed up for demons a lot. And it's like, no, this isn't a demon. And it's from Native American lore. Its name is on the tip of my tongue. Wendigo. Thank you. Get smart quick. Wendigo. Wendigo are interesting, being that they are, spiritual beings. They, from what I understand, they were never physical, although they can take you over and take the form of flesh. And they have, of course, a need to eat and chew on somebody. And one of the first stories with Wendigo happened in Canada. Swift Runner, he he and his family were trapped in a cabin because of a snowstorm or something like that, and he they said that the Wendigo spirit took over him and he ate his family. So it's interesting because it's two parts to this, not the Swift Runner story, but with Wendigo taking over. One says that you have to give in to cannibalistic instincts and then you start to turn into a Wendigo, like your spirit turns into that. And then another says that it takes over you and you can try and fight it, but you can't. And that cannibalistic instinct takes over and you start eating people. So, very interesting with Wendigo, and they are scary, man. I don't know if we ever talked about this on air, but Bonnie believed that she may have came across a Wendigo in Colorado, and she had to pee, and so I guess she pulled over wherever it was. I think it was snowing or something, and she felt she felt off, like it was something off about that area, that place. It just didn't seem right. She was telling me, and she felt like it was something watching her. It was not happy, and it was like, okay, I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna get you, and she was like, nope, we'll hold it, and took off. And with Sean, he was at a location doing a paranormal investigation, and I think he was trying to sleep. It was time to sleep or something like that, and he felt something, and he was like, "Yeah, it was big, it was nasty," and they say like when the bear shows up or a mountain lion or something, you're supposed to get big and roar, make noise, and that's what he did. So. Hey, he's still with us, and I don't think he's a cannibal, so, so I think we're good to go there. Maybe it works, or maybe it doesn't work. But whoa, that changed. There must be a lot of light coming in. That shouldn't have happened. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh, don't do that, Melvin. Oh, wow. I just totally jacked up settings here. Oh, well. Comes with the territory. Yeah, it's a lot of light coming in all of a sudden. Whatever. Anyway, let me see if I can. Seriously, you're gonna start licking yourself again? Yes, thank you. Go to sleep. Let's see. Can we do something? Oops. Oh, that's not right. Oh, that's not right either. A sexy black Vegeta. Thank you. Hmm. Oh well, this just has to do for now. I jacked up some settings accidentally. Um, let's see. I'd probably end up getting killed because if I see something like that, I'm gonna chase and try to get it on camera. You know what? You catch that on camera, that's an instant $1 million. So you go for broke. Definitely go for broke. I'm running the other way. No, forget that mess. I don't want to deal with it. Actually, over here a couple of nights ago, a guy got home from wherever he was at, and this was on the news, so it wasn't in my area. And he went into his garage, he had his dog and everything, and a giant mountain lion was just walking down the street, and the dog went to confront it. It's a big dog, but it was a bigger mountain lion, like huge, 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 huge. And yeah, it could have gone really bad. The guy got big, he was making noise trying to scare it. The mountain lion didn't budge. It didn't do anything. It was like, "What are you doing? You do understand I can just and end it." So, luckily the mountain lion, like, the guy was able to get his dog. He called him over. The dog was obedient. They both ran into the garage and just waited it out. And luckily the mountain lion left without any issue. But that was a big that was a big cat. Very big cat. So yeah. Mountain lions, man, they are no joke and not something I would want to mess with. There we go. Sorry, sorry. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry. Yeah, that's some baby making music there, or elevator music, whatever you want to call it. I'm sure somebody got a baby in them from being on an elevator. All right. So, anyway, let me not worry about that. Just forget it, Melvin. It's gonna drive me bonkers. But yeah. So, mountain lions, man, big, huge, kind of scary. Well, it's no kind of. They're scary, but I've been told that they are very much like cats, like cats. Mm, okay. I'll worry about the lighting mess later. It really bugs me because I hit something wrong and I don't know what the heck I hit. Um, but continuing on our little weird talk here, I was thinking I was also thinking about extraterrestrials and or aliens or whatever you want to call them, space people. I kind of like that, space people. That's what Rose called them. Cats triggered you? Well, that's a new one. But yeah, Rose calls them space people, and I was just thinking about their interactions or possible interactions throughout the years on this planet. Like thinking back to our ancestors and if they actually met these beings from another planet or whatever, were they taught or were they were they the ones who seeded life on the planet? I just think about that from time to time. What do you guys think? Do you think our ancestors actually had interactions with beings from another planet, maybe even another galaxy? And for what purpose? What are they here for? What did they try to teach them? Or did they not try to teach them and they tried to use them? Because it's a lot of horror stories as well. I think about that. And why did they leave? Or did they ever actually leave? You know, it's um it's a lot to think about and look into. And who were they? Because I personally believe that the world is sorry, I had to close the phone real quick. I personally believe that the world is divided. And I don't mean like divided as in this country's divided. I'm Republican or he's Democrat. Not that type of divided, but divided in the sense of different beings come to different areas. And I've said this before, for whatever reason, the US or North the Americas, we're home to grays and reptilians. We have the most sightings. Whereas a place in Europe, for instance, they get sightings of the Pleiadian people. It's like, what the heck? Not saying that they don't switch. There have been sightings of different beings here, some very bizarre. I believe in the South, there was sightings of something that looked like a thing from Doctor Who. You have to forgive me. I never watched Doctor Who. Doctor Who. I think it's called the Dalek or something. And then there was a shootout with some folks in the South with some goblin looking things. It's crazy. But then when we think about it too, because I find it weird that there are folks who don't believe that the possibility of life being out there, like it's impossible for there to be any other life. I find that weird because we can we can allegedly only see about 4% of the galaxy, 4 to 5%. All right? I mean not the galaxy, I'm sorry, the universe. 4 to 5%. Okay? And putting that into perspective, it's like, are you kidding me? You really think that by mathematical equation and logic, you really think that things wouldn't somehow evolve elsewhere? Now, I won't say that there's this super advanced race and they control everything. Fine, I won't say that. But to think that the possibility of there not being a planet, an Earth like planet that has some form of life, it doesn't have to be humanity, but some form of life that's evolving and learning and growing is crazy to me. Like, that is absolutely nuts, just from a mathematical point of view. And we all know things repeat a lot when it comes to mathematics. Like, I don't know why they do it, but they do. Shoot, history repeats itself a lot. And it's just insane. It's like, are you kidding me? Like, you're telling me the possibility of something else being out there is zip to you. Like, nope, it's impossible. And, is it because of a religious thing? Is that what it is? Is it religious or what? And this was interesting too when I had a conversation um, with Ed, Papa Smoke, House of Smoke, and he was telling me that Bondier, good God, y'all, Bondier is an artist. You can consider him an artist, and of course, he is the god of voodoo. It's a monotheistic belief system, and if he's an artist, just like all artists, sometimes they're just not happy with their work and they're always trying to perfect it, always trying to do something better. And they leave whatever they've made behind. So taking that into account, in voodoo, there is a chance that Bondier went elsewhere to create more life, and from a certain point of view, that would be extraterrestrial life to us here on this planet. It's pretty interesting, I thought. So voodoo, the possibility that in that religion, the possibility of aliens is a thing, which we don't really see too much in other belief systems. But yeah, I like that. Uh, Get Smart Quick, he actually does do some rapping on the side, which is pretty funny. But I just think that is really cool. Like, are you kidding me? Like, whoa, who would have thought? Voodoo, there is a possible alien connection there because the god decided, like, "Oh, I'm an artist. I'm going to go elsewhere and create some mess." So, again, something to think about. And then this kind of always goes back to this as well. If extraterrestrial life is out there, when will they make contact? Now, I know that, good Lord, like 10 years ago, it was a lot of talk and saying, oh, we're going to have contact. They're setting it up and all this. Cause I think Skyline came out. It was a lot of alien movies and people were just going gaga. Like Skyline came out, Battlefield Earth, not Battlefield Earth. Like, what was that movie? Aaron Eckhart is in it. Anyway, it was about them taking the world back from aliens, and then of course the fourth kind and all that mess. And some folks were saying, "Oh, they're preparing us. They're preparing us. It's gonna happen." Disclosure. I'm more of a skeptic when it comes to disclosure mess, but it seems like that comes around every few years, and of course it never happened. But I do wonder, when will they make their presence known if they are kicking it around the planet and just hanging out, down the street, doing the same old thing they did last week. I wonder about that, and it's probably not going to be happening in our lifetime. Yeah, I'm talking about mass disclosure, doll. Just on a mass level where everyone is in on the joke. I did not hear about that. Get Smart Quick. I'm going to have to look into that now. I'm going to have to look into the Pope creating an UFO religion. That's interesting. Um, but it is something. It's like, will disclosure happen in our lifetimes? Heck no. No, no. Although, if you want world peace, man, after a bit of panic, man, just have a mothership fly by the Statue of Liberty or the Eiffel Tower or something. But the problem is, once that happens, like all religions, for the most part, just and get tossed out the window, and you have to rethink history. And it's just so much that happens in that one event. Literally world changing event if that were to happen. It could be. It could be. So, um, but yeah, so I don't know. I definitely don't think it's gonna happen. Disclosure will happen in our lifetime, but it's fun to talk about and think about. Not gonna happen though. Not in my opinion. On an individual basis, like Dahl said, most definitely, because there are individuals who have met with certain things and spoken to certain things, all that stuff. The problem is they look crazy. And that's the key word. Like, oh, you're crazy. That's usually the first thing that comes out of someone's mouth, my mouth included. People find this hard to believe, but I'm actually a skeptic first and then a believer second. So a lot of times I have to really warm up to something. Like, I will not just believe it. I will believe that you believe something or experience something. I won't take away your experiences. I don't want to do that. That's messed up because clearly something went down. But whether it's ET or paranormal, supernatural, whatever we want to call it, that's a different story. Is that another trash truck? Oh, and hello, nobody. Nobody knows the trouble I see. Sorry. That's terrible. Oh, well, I do know that. I did see when he said that. Get smart quick. Oh, I hit a wire again I wasn't supposed to hit. Gosh darn it. Yeah, so that would be interesting. Really? Was it a saucer or a cigar, triangular? Like, give me some information on this. I'm curious. Like, I'm definitely curious. Rectangular. Okay. Rectangular. I'm not familiar with the rectangular ones. That's a new one for me. It's kind of scary. And I'm assuming it made no noise and stuff. Wow. Half was red, half was blue. Totally silent. Red and blue. Wow. That's a new one. I usually people who spot them they say they're silver or metallic, a metallic silver color. So you have a very unique experience there, red and blue. Was it an Uncle Sam UFO? What's happening here? Uh, Without saying too much, can you give us like the location? Just the country that it was in. I don't want you to dox yourself and, get a knock on your door. That's all you need. That's really freaking cool. My buddy Benny, he saw a UFO while he was driving wherever, and it was triangular. And he said it did like some weird maneuver that it should not have been able to do. Southern Norway? All right, cool. Thank you. It did a weird maneuver that it should not have been able to do, like some weird flippy thing, and it just went invisible. And he said that he had to pull his car over and just take a moment because he's like, "Did I just see what I think I saw? Like, what? It's one of those things where it's like, whoa." And I do hear that they hover a lot. This reminds me of another buddy. He saw or had contact with UFOs and ETs and all of that. And he said that a ship flew over his car. It didn't make any noise. It was just so silent. And the car just went out. And he blacked out and then he woke up. Everything was fine and car started. went home. So just weird, man. Crazy how it happens. Now, here's something. Why do they suppress the memories? Because they're not, they're not being erased, but they're being suppressed and hidden. Is it so we don't freak out and just go insane? Or is it something more nefarious to it? Or do we do it to ourselves? I'm always interested about that. Oh, wow. I should fly over an electric train track. And that's the other thing, too. What's their freaking fuel source? Like, man, like, do they know how to harness electricity and they just are so much more efficient with it than us? Or do they have another source? Like, what is their fuel source? Darn it. That could change everything here. Although, to be fair, I like the vroom vroom, I like hearing engines and mess, which is why, I hate that fossil fuels is about to die out. And instead of just switching to ethanol or just something that keeps the noise. Oh my gosh, you're totally wet here, cat. Good lord. Oh, sorry to hear that. But, the good thing is at least you saw it with someone, and that that goes a long way, because oftentimes when we're by ourselves, we question what it is we saw, and sometimes it's like, oh, maybe I didn't, maybe we did. So that's interesting though that you saw it with someone else. Like that alone should help you. Oh, religious. Okay, so that probably changed his point of view a little bit. But like Dahl said earlier, it's we also have to remember it's possible that it was one of ours. Um oh, you're looking me now. Thank you. We do have our own types of ships and black projects and all that mess, and sometimes, we'll see them, sometimes they won't. um what is that famous one? It was Canadian, and they had it in the 40s. Let me look it up. Like, you guys know what I'm talking about. It was a Canadian uh ship, and they were trying to perfect hovering. What the heck is that thing called? Someone knows it. Like, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? I'm not just speaking out of my butt. Oh, here it is. The Avro Canada VZ9, the Avro car. Yeah, that sucker. That thing is a straight up saucer. And when was the yeah, okay, so it was a secret alien, good lord. Secret military project carried out in the years of the Cold War. Oh, I don't know why I thought this was the 40s. I must be getting it mixed up with Roswell incident. Yeah, and they were making this in Canada, and the thing is a straight up UFO. Oh, two pondering pagans. What's your name? Oh my gosh, I'm having a mind fart. What is your name? Mystic Salon. That's your name. Or is it Rook? It's probably Mystic for the two pondering pagans account. Welcome. We're just hanging out, yapping about nothing in particular. Cryptids, aliens. Probably do a little magic talk, and then some. Yeah, I was trying to remember the name of this UFO, but it's not a UFO. This flying saucer that was made in Canada, the Canada VZ9 Avrocar. What a name. Good Lord. So it's it's some interesting stuff out there, and then the most bizarre thing is the truth is sometimes stranger than fiction. It's just we don't always want to accept the truth. We sometimes just want to live in our fantasies, in our fiction, and not accept reality. And that takes us to, oh my gosh, I am so sore. I did chest workouts 2 days ago and I am still sore. My word. Oh, anyway, why is it that we struggle accepting reality? I sometimes wonder about that because I struggle with it. Maybe because reality sucks and it's better living in a fantasy, but you get nothing done living in a fantasy. You don't progress, you just stay stuck. Ugh, I don't like bananas. Can't stand them. I'll just eat a pork chop. That's my protein. Can one do magic with aliens? That's a good freaking question that I don't really have an answer to. I don't know because they're not necessarily spiritual beings exactly, but then some are. It's very weird with them. Uh I was speaking to Ken Allen. No, I will not make peace with bananas. I can't stand them. They're ugh. Oh, hello, paranormal witch. I was speaking with Ken Allen one day, and he was telling me about some work that he was doing that may have involved ETs. And at first, they thought it was like a haunting, and he was going to exorcise it, like it was a bad haunting, bad malicious spirits. But that wasn't the case. It turns out it looks like it was like some type of interdimensional uh, being trying to get through. And it might have been alien in origin. And none of the stuff that they were doing was working. And I believe he said that he was speaking with Patty Negri. Oh, thank you, nobody. Thank you. He was speaking with Patty, and she happened to speak to someone who was into the Kabbalah and studied it and all of that stuff. And this person told her what to do. And it's like, no, these are ancient star people. And say this, this, and this. And that's how you communicate and get rid of them. And she passed it on to Ken. And Ken did this. I think, don't quote me on that. This could all just be head canon because I'm crazy. But I know Ken Allen is involved or he was doing stuff with extraterrestrial studies and all of that. But magic and alien, I don't think magic will work on them exactly. But oh no, 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 this isn't a Nokian speech. That's something else. I don't think magic will work on them if you're trying to get rid of them and stuff like that. But if they are living in this 3D plane of existence like we are, then that doesn't mean magic can't affect them, depending on your point of view, if you believe magic affects people to begin with. I have not, but I think my co host Niema has. I've spoken to people who have done the DMT thing. Some have said that they actually felt nothing, which surprised me. And others said it was a trippy experience where they were seeing little elf people or something, like little weird things, and just like, whoa. Now, when I was researching DMT, I know folks have had some bad, scary experiences, and they've been chased by these shadows and all of that. And I'm wondering if that has to do with the inner mind and not fully being in a place of balance where you should be for you to take that DMT stuff, because that mess is heavy. That stuff is, like, you don't just do it. I do believe you have to be in the right state of mind. Otherwise, it's possible to have a bad trip. So, but I've never done it. I probably never will do it. I like to joke around with Nima and say, yeah, we're going to do some shrooms together and we're going to see some stars and all of that. But I'm not serious. I will never do that. I'm crazy enough. Like, man, my trip is trying to figure out a sequel to So Strange Times, which I'm going to advertise quickly because I'm still so proud of this. Yay! Um, I got my first rating on Amazon. If you guys weren't here earlier, and they gave me a 4 stars, which is very generous. And I think it's acceptable, but it's just with the editing issues, like I was rereading, and then of course you catch stuff and then you feel like an imbecile. And then I find out that the Kindle version of it, the ebook, Amazon actually messed up the formatting, which is rotten. So yeah, Amazon messed up the formatting on that, and I have no idea if I can actually fix it. But I caught some things and stuff, and I would say like no lower than a 3, no higher than a 4. It's like perfect 4, especially being the first book. And now I know what to work on and what to fix if I do volume 2, which there will be a volume 2. Niema's not on YouTube anymore. She streams on Twitch, and I cannot remember her Twitch name. Oops. So, but yeah, she does art streams on Twitch. Okay, 1 second. So, I was looking for it real quick, and I think what I'll do is I'll just start putting it in the description for everyone, and that way you just go click on it and good to go. Oh, hi, Bonnie. Welcome. Just hanging out for a bit, chit chatting. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. And I just want to check something elsewhere. Oh, that was a cat. Okay, you guys can't see it, but I have my window blinds cracked a little bit. And I just saw a tail walk by, and it's a cat. It's my neighbor's cat. Whew, kind of gave me a little bit of a scare. What do you guys think about sleep paralysis? Do you think it is something supernatural to it, or it's just a normal function of the human body because the brain wakes up too quickly before the body wakes up? Both. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if it's supernatural or paranormal. I mean, I think we all can agree that yes, it is definitely something happening with the body. Quite a few documented medical case of it being physiological. Okay. So I know people, they see that sleep paralysis demon, and they hear things, they experience things, and it could be quite scary. I've never experienced sleep paralysis, knock on wood. There we go. That was me knocking on wood. I don't know if that picked up or not, but it seems freaky as sin. And some sleep paralysis led into the belief of succubus and alien abduction, along with a few other things. With and without drugs. I like that. Oh, outer body experience. Ooh. So I had a friend who had a near death experience, and this is interesting. So this is one of the things where I wish I was able to gather people for a panel who have had near death experiences but of different backgrounds. Someone who's a Christian, someone who is Buddhist, someone who is Taoist, and I would love to hear what they saw, because I think that the near death experience is influenced by what it is we consume in life, especially from a religious point of view. Because we often hear folks who have, over here in the West anyway, folks who have near death experiences, they say that, oh, I went to heaven, I saw Jesus and, angels, blah, 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 yakety smackety. So, what if a Buddhist had a near death experience and they go somewhere? What do they see? Or an atheist for that matter. What happens if an atheist has it? But don't actually reject it. Scare. Something in the room is giving off bad. Ooh. All right, that's freaky, Atropa. That is freaky. Well, I don't know, doll. That's the thing. That's why I want to talk to folks who've had this. Like okay, you were in a coma. Did you see anything? Did you feel anything? Or was it blank? It's just something I've always been curious about. That is one show I would absolutely love to do, a near death experience show or an outer body experience show. That would be just so great. And astral projection is it's very weird because I hear quite a few things. I hear that you have the spirit body and it's tethered to the physical body. And you have to be careful because what happens to the spiritual body happens to the physical body. But I don't know. And then they say when you enter your body, I don't know if you guys have experienced this, but it's almost like you bounce or something, like you're being thrown somewhere and you fall like a sack of potatoes. And and then you wake up like, whoa, what was that? I don't know if that has something to do with it or not. It's so much mystery surrounding this stuff. It's just so much. And then being able to actually astral project on command, that's interesting. And I definitely agree. It has something to do with sound, finding that right vibration. I mean, because sound, we could do a lot with it. We can make someone go deaf. We can irritate someone to death, or we can relax them like no tomorrow. Yeah, and then that's why when they do voodoo rituals and they're bringing forth Lua, they do the drumming to get you into that trance, that dun, 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 dun. And you fall into that trance state, and then the Loa shows up and he starts riding you, whoever it may be. Got to be careful with the Gide though. If a Gide's riding you, woo wee, they ride you hard, but they don't actually hurt you or anything. But man, the Gide are freaky. Oh yeah, thank you, Atropa. And you're not bossing anyone around. Don't worry, you're good. As long as you don't have the whip in your hand or and something, we're good to go. Now, when you start cracking the whip, then we might have some issues. But but yeah, the God helmet. Ooh, you have to inform me on this. I might have an idea on what you're talking about, but at the same time, I might not. Inform me on what the God helmet is. Is it anything similar to psionics? Psionics are something that I really like because it's using your brain power and basically amplifying your psychic ability. Oh, okay, Bonnie. So I do know what it is. I just don't remember it. That's how that goes. But yeah, I'm a big fan of psionics, and I wish we would study it further. And then the talk I had with J.S. Garrett, oh, that was such a fun talk about radionics. It was very interesting to me, and it tells me that if we could find the right vibration for any and everything, almost like a guitar string, like if we can find that guitar string, man, we can make magic happen. There is a science to it. That's the thing. There is a science to it. I'm upset because I'm not smart enough to figure out what it is. If I were, I'd be a billionaire because I would bring all the money my way. Technomancy, yes. But like I said, I can't figure that mess out. I'm just a storyteller. You know what? Since there's so many of you here, I will I'll give someone just a quick reading. I'll pull two cards for someone real quick. Whoever says the name of my cat gets it. Just very, very quickly. Since it's a lot of you here, and I like to reward people for being here. And I appreciate you guys being here on a random Thursday afternoon. Oh, Bonnie got it. Bonnie got it with the quickness. I don't know if I should count you, Bonnie, but no, we're going to count you. Let's see. So I'm just going to pull out three cards real quick. Ooh, a tropa. Keep it to the bedroom, lady. Come on now. Um, let's see. What do we do for Bonnie? What do we do for Bonnie? Let's do the Lost Hollow. Oh, I got to stretch. Oh my gosh, I'm so sore. All right, there we go. So I'll probably do a tarot stream next week, next Friday or something like that. Or maybe not Friday, maybe a Sunday afternoon when it's nice and slow. Because I try not to stream when other people are streaming it on air because I don't want to. Well, for one thing, I try not to miss out on anything. And, I like to just keep it cool and clean. Cool and clean. What does that mean? Ooh, look at that. I'm rhyming and rapping. Okay, so two quickies. No, I just want to pull two cards real quick. So no actual readings. Those will be next week. Although, I will say this. If you can guess my middle name, I will pull two cards for you as well. No one will ever guess it. Oh, that's just unfair. Oh, hello, Lydia. Welcome. Okay, looks like you're getting more than two cards, Bonnie. Oh, hi, Kayla. Welcome. Dude, what the heck? Bonnie, you know what you have here? You have up, down, literally, well, okay, down, up, down, up. What the heck? All right. So I just drew five cards, but it's basically saying the same thing here. You have the devil and the five of swords. And as you can see, the keywords defeat, and it's dealing with magic, interestingly enough. And I want to say this is having doubt in yourself, doubt in your ability, doubt that things would work out. So this is you at a low point and just hurting and not feeling well. You were defeated. Exactly that. You were defeated, and it took the devil of all people to bring you out of it and realize that you are in control of your actions and you're only defeated when you say you're defeated. So it took spiritual intervention in a weird way, maybe even honing your craft, honing, yeah, honing your craft to really come out of it and be in control. And that's the key thing, being in control. I don't know if you felt like you were in control, and that's the problem. But the devil had to show you, the devil had to actually point out your power, your ability, and show that you are the puppet master. You're not some little girl to be run over. So, whatever that defeat is, it doesn't matter because you need to realize that you're in control and the devil is in your corner, which is very interesting. Next to Three of Pentacles and Three of Swords. So, two threes here. Sorrow, work. You had to come out of your funk. This is the heartache card, and it's interesting because with this, ooh, blinding light, with this Three of Pentacles, you know, sometimes it's two's a party, three's a crowd. Somebody has to go, but that's not the case. You actually had to add someone in. You had to, again, find yourself, discover yourself, and put in that work. You were not working on yourself the way you were supposed to be, and it just added more and more to the depression, to the heartache, to just not getting to where you need to get to. And it's weird that this is more magic. You neglected your magical abilities. Perhaps you're still neglecting them and not pushing them to the forefront the way you're supposed to be pushing them to. So you need to be doing more paranormal mess. You need to be exercising that more, and don't worry about whatever, wrong card, whatever this is, this sorrow, this hurt, this heals. This heals. But start putting in more work, being stubborn, I want to say, and making it happen, Captain. And then finally, the Six of Swords, success. And this is what we have in your future, success. Oh, and no one guessed my middle name. It's kind of a trick. It's no kinda. It is a trick question. This is interesting because this Six of Swords is, I don't know if it's ascending or descending. I want to say it's ascending and coming out of the water because this looks like it's water around it and she's going up for air and it's like, oh, I can breathe again. Like whatever she had on, shackles and mess like that, and looks like swords are falling around her. So you have success coming. Whatever your failures were, they're behind you. Whatever this nonsense is, it's behind you. You're coming up for air. You're getting a second chance. You're getting a break. And yes, success is in your future. You need to take it and run with it. You're getting a second chance. Oh, my middle name is, I have no middle name. So, so yeah, a little unfair. Oops, and I clicked the wrong button. Yeah, so, oops. That's why I said no one will ever get it unless someone said, you don't have a middle name, which that would have been shocking if someone said that. Oh, you're welcome, Bonnie. All right, there we go. Put you over there. Okay, so here's one for you guys as well. And as you can tell, I think about a lot of weird mess. AI, artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence freaks me out because I watch too much Terminator. And you know what? Let me pause that. Salon, are you still here, Two Pondering Pagans? He probably vanished on us because this dude, he's busier than a beaver. Anyway, oh, you are? I'm going to pull some cards for you if that's okay, because you always do it for us. on Sundays, and you pull cards for the masses on Saturdays. It's okay if I pull something for you just as a way of saying thank you. All right. And we'll use the Brady Tarot. No. No. No, 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 no. We'll use the Tarot of Dreams just as a way of saying thank you, cuz you're so kind, and you do you do your readings and Sunday services, and it's always nice to hang out and yap with everyone. Why are you cleaning yourself again? You're in a trance, cat. Stop it. Well, nothing wrong with being emotional. We all get like that. But no, I'm serious. You created a nice space for community and people coming together and just hanging out, learning, sharing our culture, sharing our experiences. And it's awesome. It's really cool that, there's a place for that. There we go. Knock that energy off. Habit I picked up from Bonnie. And boop. I said boop. Oh, I don't have a middle name, doll. So it was kind of a mean question. That's why I said you guys will never figure it out. Okay. Why are you guys acting up? You don't do that. Hmm. What do you mean, what? I don't have a middle name. Although sometimes I do like to create a different personality and call myself Marquise Vaughn Davis. So, does that make you feel better? Charles. I have a friend named Charles. So no, I would not use that. No, no Charles. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Ah. I'm just making noises. So okay. So I pulled five for you real quick. Because I wanted to pull five. So first we have my favorite card in all decks, or just about all decks. The Star, out with the old, in with the new journeys, I want to say. Finally letting go of nonsense, or, well, maybe not necessarily nonsense, but it is letting go of things that's hard to let go of and pushing forward, getting ready to. No, this is for Salon. I'll pull something for the collective. Um Pushing forward, letting go, out with the old, in with the new, and not carrying that burden on you, not carrying that baggage. That's hard to do, and that right next to is actually the five of coins here, or pentacles, whatever you prefer, and hurt, like not asking for help when you need to ask for help, not realizing that you're in a safe place, and yet still holding on to that fear, holding on to that baggage. And that actually has this 10 of, let me see if I can do this. Come on, big hands, don't fail me now. Darn it, they failed me. Anyway, that's holding on to this weight. So, Salon, you still have a weight attached to you that you may have gotten rid of some of it, but it's still there on you. You have to learn how to release better. You might be holding too much in, maybe too much on to the past, especially with the Star here. The Star is saying, learn how to pour it out. You can pour it out. You poured it out before. Do so again so you can allow this new energy to form and fill that place with goodness. And that's the thing here. because oftentimes it's so easy for us to focus on the negatives, and we see those first before anything. And we need to pour that mess out and make room for the positives, what we have, what we should be what we're fortunate to have, no matter how big or small it is. That's what the star for me is saying. It's like, yeah, pour out the baggage, work on the baggage, and let's drop it and get rid of it, because you can't take it with you. It's just going to slow you down anyway. And let's work on that. Have something new enter into that space. Create space. Anyway, going back to this, yeah, heavy burden. Heavy burden, still carrying around pain and not realizing you're in a safe spot. You can let it go. Whatever it is that plagues you, it's not going to plague you anymore. You're safe. You're good. Drop that mess. Get that off of you. And then this 10 of wands, this 10 of wands is interesting because it's still piled on him, and it's almost like begging for help, like, oh my God, I need help. Or maybe it's even him kneeling down and having a relief or release of some sort. And that's also probably what you need to do. You need to have a release. Stress, 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 stress. You got to let something go. Too much is on you. You're carrying around too much, and you need a release and a relief so you could be light and able to move better, move forward. And then tens, I like to say, are endings. So you're going to get opportunity to do that, which is interesting. You're going to get opportunity to do that soon, to where you can just let it all out. Now, I'm not going to say, oh yes, everything's going to come out. It's going to be a lot easier and you're going to be good and happy and blah, 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 yakety smackety. That's not realistic. But at the very least, you'll be able to get some oomph out and have that relief or release just a little bit. But too much baggage right now. Finally, 10 of cups, 4 of cups. Emotion. Not really. Well, kinda. 10 of cups is that family card that I like to say, and the 4 of cups is a pondering card. Like, So what I find interesting about this 4 of cups is the guy isn't paying attention to the 3 cups in front of him. He's paying attention to that 1 cup that's descending down. Normally it's the other way around. You're not paying attention to that one thing and you miss out on the other mess, you know. And with the family card, this 10 of cups, I like to say it's bittersweet. It's almost like seeing a kid off to college. You're happy they're going, but at the same time, you're sad that they're going. And it's weird with you, Salon, because you might get hyper focused on one thing and you miss out on the collective, the bigger picture sometimes. You know, like it's that one thing that can get you caught up. And I think you got to get out of that. Get out of the one thing. Look at the 3 things in front of you, because you're probably a good multitasker, unlike myself. And don't be caught up. Don't let one thing throw off the brilliance of these 3 here, which is freaking awesome. This 10 of cups, though, family, letting go again. I feel like you have to sacrifice and accept things how they are and let it go for you to be happy, for you to have a different type of happiness. Otherwise, you're just going to hang on to some bitterness, and it's going to rot you from the inside out. And that might be that one thing that you focus on that you can't let go of. So yeah, for me, this is about letting go so you can again have space for new and better things. So if you're holding on to mess from the past, let it go if you can, little by little. You know, it's hard to just have a dump truck, little by little. So there we go. Okay. Practically being force. Okay. Oh, well, right on. So I'm happy it makes sense. And here's hoping the big change is awesome and very, very good. So I will pull cards for the collective and then I will call it a day as soon as I plug this back in. I can't find the hole. That is what he said. There it is. Okay. Oh, and I clicked the wrong button again. And for the collective, oh, why did I toss you over here? For the collective, I'll use the Llewellyn. What? No, I'm not. No, not picking numbers or anything. That's just a little treat, real quick. Oh, can I reach it? There we go. I'm not picking number. No, no number picking. We're gonna do a collective, and then we're going to call it a day. Darn it! Especially because I'm hungry and I have not eaten. I had a pork chop actually. That's all I had. So I'm hungry. I want to get something to eat. So we'll use the Llewellyn. Stop hitting stuff, Melvin. Good lord. Well, I like pork chops. They're delicious. I like pork. Can't help it. Okay. So, this is for the collective. What does everyone need to know? Everyone, give me your energy. Oh man. Sorry, I just had a Dragon Ball moment thanks to Get Smart Quick. Okay. This is for the collective. Let's give it one more. Okay, let's not give it one more. Good lord, that crashed. I used to love DBZ. That's actually how my best friend and I became friends. Freaking Dragon Ball Z. Oh, shoot. Okay. Well, I'll pull 5 cards. That seems to be the theme here. Okay, maybe 6. 6 cards, since this was a major arcana. Alright, well, I guess we'll do the bottom of the deck too. Normally I don't do that, but not for this type of thing. But bottom of the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So some people are feeling rather fortunate at this time, which is good. That means that you are putting out that positive energy and it is going to come back to you. Feeling good is the way to go. And I would say right now the universe is listening. So what you put out is going to come back. Fortune is what you make it. And we all have good fortune right now. That's how I see it. I'm saying we all have good fortune. So put out those positive vibes, keep putting them out, and watch them return. So this is awesome. Not so awesome exactly, the tower. So it's going to be a little tough. It's going to be a little bumpy, but this tower isn't too bad. It looks more intimidating than it actually is. As you can see, it's not actually falling apart. No one is jumping to their death. Instead, we do have a major flood and lightning's hitting it. So there is going to be some tough times coming up, but it's okay. It's not going to break you or anything like that. You will survive. It's just you're going to have to tough it out and realize that you're going to have to overcome some barriers. This feels more like a barrier than your whole world collapsing. Next to the tower, we have the Page of Swords, messenger, holding on tight to that message. So, another cat just walked by. With this Page of Swords, I want to say it is leaving that comfort zone. And it's time to go out and seek. It's time to now do. We talk a good game, but oftentimes we don't back it up with our actions. We don't actually do things. So now it's time to back it up. And this is interesting because right next to it is this Four of Cups. And like I said before, normally the Four of Cups, you have the person looking at the Three Cups here, and in the background or above them is another cup that they don't pay attention to. So in this case, it's daydreaming, like, and not doing. So stop daydreaming and start doing. Whatever you make your goal, you need to do. Oh, hey Stephanie, don't even worry about it. Good Lord, you're all good. What was I saying? Yeah, stop daydreaming and saying, "Oh, I wish," or "Oh, I hope." No, like, you're going to get the tools and the opportunity to do. So do, 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 do. Anyway, sorry. Do that mess. All right. You need to stop saying you will and freaking do it. Again, this tower, going back to him for a moment, like, it feels like a barrier, but not something that is going to implode. And it's like a barrier you put up yourself. Excuses. Stop it. Excuses aren't doing anything. Daydreaming. It's not doing anything, especially when you have the tools to complete a goal. It may not be your main goal, but you can certainly complete it. Go out and do that mess. Whatever it is, it doesn't have to be like, I'm going to go save the world, but it could be, I want to lose 5 pounds. All right, well, let's do it. That's doable. It's obtainable. Make that obtainable goal. Finally, we have, oh, not finally, actually, I forgot. I drew another one. Oops, wrong one. Do it this way. The universe and the emperor. Completion and, I want to say, power. Power upon completion. Ooh, that's interesting. Power upon completion. Confidence. Hit the mic. Now, if I was doing a tarot stream, I would be in the other position doing this. So, I'm not. Anyway, power upon completion. Confidence. Once you complete that one goal, others will be completed. It starts a interesting cycle. Things get rolling. But you can't be lazy and not try. Yes, there's going to be failures, but ultimately you're going to complete whatever it is you want to do, what you're trying to do. You're near completion. It's just crossing that line. So it really feels like goals are being done. Whatever it is you set out to do, you can do. The only thing stopping you is yourself. And I don't mean to make this sound like a motivational speech, like you're stopping yourself and you got to get your rear in gear. No, I don't mean to say all that, but it's true. Goals can be completed. It's just doing it. With this emperor, it is taking that leadership, taking that reign, unleashing that fury, that passion, taking the hike, putting in the work, making it to this universe here, these mountains, and completing it, doing it, do that thing. So definitely goals, complete it, but you have to put in the work and just stop saying you can't, or Stop fantasizing. Just stop it. Finally, the Hierophant. And with this guy, well, this guy's my card, Taurus. But with this guy, message from beyond. So I like to say that the Hierophant is external knowledge. Like with the High Priestess, I'll say that that's internal knowledge. With the Hierophant, I'll say it's external knowledge. Guidance, so to speak. Keep your ears open to the advice of others. Listen to them because it's going to come in strong and hard. Listen to it and take it to heart. It doesn't mean you have to implement it right away, but definitely take it to heart and work with it. Opportunity is going to come for everyone. Again, Wheel of Fortune. Opportunity is going to come for everyone, for quite a few of you guys, I think. It's up to you to grab it now. External factors are going to play a role. So coincidences are going to happen. Doors are going to open. It's going to be kind of weird, and you're going to get help where you didn't think you'd get help from. And that's the other thing. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Very important you do that. Don't be afraid to go to an external person and say, hey, I need help. Don't be afraid to say, can you teach me? So very interesting here, but ultimately, stop holding yourself back. Push forward. Complete a goal. Once you complete that one, other goals will be complete, and it just gets bigger and better and bigger and better every time. But yeah, there we go, guys. Really did not mean for that to sound like a motivational speech. Like, honestly, I don't know where that came from. So thank you all for hanging out with me. You can't hear it, but my stomach is grumbling. Just meanwhile, the cat is again sleeping. I'm sure she'll wake up to clean herself once more. And yeah, so stream about nothing. Like Seinfeld, a good show. Unlike Friends, not so. I won't say it's bad, but it's just, I don't know. It wasn't for me. Seinfeld, Frasier, awesome, good shows. Friends, to each their own. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with me. Appreciate it. And if you haven't done so yet, I don't know how I actually want to say this because I don't want to be a hack and like, buy my book, buy my book, buy my book. But if you are interested in a fun, supernatural mystery, a little quirky, then check out So Strange Time, Volume 1. It's fun. I do believe it's a fun story. So thank you guys. Yes, do what they're saying. Buy the book. So links at the top of the chat here. So, whoa, you went through that sucker fast, man. I am sorry for the issues on the Kindle version though. I didn't realize that the formatting was jacked. That's on Amazon though. That one is not on me. I'm in the clear for that, but I am going to see if I can fix it and try to re-upload it, all that good stuff. So, but thank you for reading it. I can't believe you went through it so quickly. So, yeah, you guys have a good one, and I'll see you when I see you.